Hi, it's that fantasy chick. You like my new pink countdown? As you know, pink is my signature color. I had to do a pink countdown. Um, so we're back again another week. Um, and we'll talk about a couple of things this week. Going to talk about oh, Disney Plus pulling in HBO Max, Mark Hamill, and how Michael Keaton helped him take on the role of Joker. And we're going to start off by talking about the fact that I went to go see Across the Spiderverse this weekend. I enjoyed it very, very much. Um, I had already felt like Into the Spider-Verse was one of my favorite comic book movies. Even though it was animated, it still made it into the very the very top. It was like an honorable mention in the top five. So it was because it was just one of the greatest movies that came out that year, and I feel like Across the Spider Verse is even better than Into the Spider Verse because the movie has grown, Miles has grown. It's just everything has, I don't know, it's about growth, it's about development, it's about characters. Um and also it doesn't, even though it doesn't revisit the same exact, it's, even though it still has this, you're still exploring the Spider Verse. It doesn't go into the same exact territory that the last movie does. It explores something new. So, um, so like that very much. Of course, strange thing about me. So I say I don't watch trailers when before I watch a movie. I usually go and watch them after I watch the movie. So I've seen what the trailers show, and this trailer showed a lot. I feel like the trailer showed a lot, and I'm so glad I didn't watch the trailer to this movie because there was a lot of moments that was so fresh and so great for me, just seeing it, the first time in the theater that was in the trailer. So I just, I'm just, this is why I'm forever against. This is why I'm forever against watching trailers before I see the movie. But I also, okay, so I have a little bit of trivia. Um, so I had heard about Donald Glover and there being a campaign for him to be Spider-Man. For some reason, I thought, yeah, I might have heard it was him to be Peter Parker, but I knew there was a campaign for him to be Spider-Man around the time they were choosing Tom Holland to be um, the new Peter Parker. So right before Tom Holland was chosen to be the next Peter Parker, they wanted Donald Glover to be the next Peter Parker, and so of course when that happened, there was a bit of online racism that surrounded that. There was a community of fans who wanted it, and there was some racism attached to it as well. And it's and do 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 do. So look, I'm looking at it. It's so you know there was people on the internet who insisted Spider-Man could not be black. Um, this argument disturbed not only Glover but Brian Michael Bendis, who was subsequently inspired to invent Miles Morales in the pages of Ultimate Spider-Man. I did not realize that Miles Morales was invented directly because of this Donald Glover campaign. So, it just would make Donald Glover is so connected with Miles Morales that he sort of inadvertently was the genesis of his creation. It's just something that I like that. I liked hearing that. Found that intriguing. So, but yeah, if you have not seen Across the Spiderverse, please go see it. It is great. It knocked The Little Mermaid out of the #1 spot, knocked her into #2. I still haven't seen The Little Mermaid. I think I'm going to see that on streaming. If it ever makes it to streaming, we'll get to that Disney Plus article next. Of course, it's going to make it streaming, but still, Disney Plus is being trifling. But go see it. It's great. Filled with surprises. Filled with some surprises, some things. And also, won't be a spoiler to let you know there are no end credits. There's no mid-credit scenes. There's no end credit scenes. So the movie pretty much kind of ends. And when you watch it, you'll see what I mean. The movie kind of ends and it goes into the credits and it has fancy animated credits and that's it. No scenes. So different. So you don't have to stick around. If that's all you do is to stick around and see if there's some scenes, you don't have to stick around to see. But if you want to watch the credits, by all means, watch the credits. Tons of people, put their hard work into those films. They're very proud of the 2 seconds that their name flies by. So next, we're going to talk about Mark Hamill. That's not it. Here we go. Okay. Okay, Mark Hamill says Michael Keaton's role as Batman encouraged him to audition for Joker. The Star Wars actor also recently opened up about officially retiring from his role as Luke Skywalker. So, Mark Hamill's role as the Joker in Batman, the animated series, may not have happened if it weren't for Michael Keaton's Caped Crusader. In a recent interview with Wired, the Star Wars actor explained that the controversy surrounding Keaton's casting and his eventual success with it helped him feel more confident going into his audition than he would have been otherwise. There was this big outcry that Michael Keaton was going to play Batman, Hamill recalled. And, he's Mr. Mom. He's a comedy actor. I mean, they hadn't even seen him and they didn't realize how great he would become. But there was great controversy. He continued, so when I went in, I thought, you think they're going to hire Luke Skywalker to play the Joker? The fans will lose their minds. I was so sure that I couldn't be cast. I was completely relaxed. The machine actor explained that there's typically performance anxiety going into an audition because actors want the roles they're reading for. Here, I knew I couldn't get the part, so who cares? And I drove out of the parking lot thinking, that's the best Joker they'll ever hear, and it's too bad they can't cast me. Then once he got the part, his attitude completely changed. I was like, oh no, I can't do this. Hamill went on to say that Joker is one of his favorite characters to play. He's insane, and because he's insane, he's never boring, he said. It's just fun to play a character that creates chaos wherever he goes. In an interview with CBS This Morning's Tracy Smith on Sunday, Hamill opened up about retiring from his now iconic role as Luke Skywalker, noting that he would never say never to returning to the part, but he thinks it's time to move on. I just don't see any reason to return to it, he said. Let me put it that way. I mean, they have so many stories to tell, they don't need Luke anymore, adding, I had my time and that's good, but that's enough. So that's interesting. So he felt so relaxed because of the controversy surrounding Michael Keaton's casting that he felt like, oh, there's no way I'm getting this role. I feel like Michael Rosenbaum did something of the same thing. Either he felt like he couldn't get Lex Luthor, or he was so, or he wasn't, something about, he went in and he was very disconnected and he knocked it out the park. And when they called and asked him to do a callback, he was like, I'm never going to be able to do that again. So he was like, just rewind the tape. He did not go in and do another callback. And that is not something you are allowed. You can never just tell somebody, hey, yeah, I'm not doing the callback and get the role. But he got the role. He was just that good, I guess. Well, we all know he's just that good. He is still the best live action Lex Luthor that we have ever gotten. So next, let's talk about Disney Plus and their shenanigans. Let's see. Let's try this. Will that be in the way? That may be in the way. We'll do it that way. Okay. Disney gets big write-off after pulling its streaming shows. Sounds familiar? And it sounds like more shows and movies will be getting culled at some point during the rest of 2023. Last week, Disney removed a little over 100 of its original programming from its streaming services, such as Disney Plus and Hulu around the world. That cut media, which includes the likes of Willow and Marvel's Runaways, were axed after Disney gave a heads up about a week in advance and for seemingly for no real reason at all. Well, that's not true. It all came down to money. According to an SEC filing from late Friday, Disney's set to write off about $1.5 billion with a B dollars following this streaming purge. It was previously known this was a way for Disney to cut costs, and the filing notes that this will be reflected in the company's fiscal third quarter. But if you thought this would be a one and done affair, that is not the case. Towards the end of the filing, the SEC wrote that Disney is continuing its review and currently anticipates additional produced content will be removed. Those removals equate to an additional estimated $400 million. But as far as when these removals may happen or what canceled shows may be caught in the crossfire that isn't touched on in the filing. And Disney hasn't yet said. Likewise, it's not known how much the recent shuttering of the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser experience contributed to this write-off. Either way, it continues to follow in the footsteps of Warner Brothers Discovery, the devil, which has removed a variety of shows and movies from its streaming service, formerly known as HBO Max, while some of those shows have found a home elsewhere on streaming places like Netflix or Prime Video or Tubi or Roku. Others haven't been so lucky. It may be that those unlucky shows just remain in limbo forever, to the point that even their creators don't have hard copies they can watch in their own time. Goodness, this is just the worst. The absolute worst. I blame David Zaslav. I blame him completely for this because he has created a trend that nobody is going to like, but executives across the board is going to love this trend. Consumers are going to hate it because people stopped buying things because they were like, we can have this access to everything on digital. Like, what's the purpose? A point of paying for these digital subscriptions if we're not going to have access to all the digital titles that we were supposed to have access to. It's like you're cutting down on incentive, and you're really making it easy to cancel. And let's be honest, ever since HBO Max's new interface, I hate it. I don't like the merge of the new networks. It's a hot ass mess, and I don't like it. I did not buy a premium network for reality shows. Who goes to HBO for reality shows? I don't want reality shows mixed in with HBO. If that was the case, I could have ordered Discovery Plus on its own. But nobody ordered Discovery Plus on its own because nobody wanted it. It's just, but whatever. Whatever. They don't care what people actually want. They think they can just stuff things down our throat and we're just gonna keep buying it. Like, just like we cut the cord with cable, it's really simple to cut out these streaming services once they become irrelevant. You really need to fight for relevance instead of getting rid of your digital content. You need to stay relevant. Because if Tubi starts picking up everything for free, what the heck are we paying for? I can just go to Tubi. I can't believe I just said that, but it's the truth. Tubi and Roku. But, okay. So, I still haven't made up my mind when I'm going to binge watch. I'm leaning towards Miss Marvel. Is that her name? The Marvel show. I'm leaning towards that. So because it's already June. The fall will be here before you know it. So I'm leaning towards watching that next. And we'll see. I'll make up my mind. Whatever show I plan on binge watching, I will announce it in the community on the community tab. And we'll be back Wednesday to talk about Superman and Lois. And they have, I think 3 episodes left. And I'll probably keep checking in on the first 5 minutes of Gotham just to keep informed until the very last episode and watch the very last episode of Gotham. And just, an announcement. We are in my birthday month. So the very last stream of June will be a birthday stream. This is going to happen on my birthday. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do something. I'll probably be drinking. But we'll be celebrating my birthday on the birthday stream. So I'll plan something for the birthday stream. But yeah, so see you guys Wednesday. In the meantime, thanks for watching.